We're going to start with the first cornerback who was selected in the draft, and that is going to be Jaycee Horn, cornerback from South Carolina, going to the Carolina Panthers. Eric, in your study of Jaycee Horn, what did you see? What did you like? What did you not like?
Nothing with Jaycee Horn. Obviously, he's somebody that possesses like all the talent, right? From a height, weight, speed standpoint, he has that. But I think the thing that separates him from other guys and why, he was kind of my favorite prospect in this class was just his mindset. A lot of guys possess talent, but what are you going to do to take that talent to the next level? And I think when you kind of start to find out who he is, and you hear him say that he's the standard, he's not paying attention to what anybody else is doing. And, just his aggressiveness and mindset, on the field, how he carried himself, different challenges that he took on, to maybe follow guys and shadow guys where a lot of other corners in college kind of stay on one side of the field. And then just his work ethic off of the field, like his relentless effort to continuously get better, kind of had that dog mentality. I think, having a lot of those things, like, I think the who the person is matters. The talent's there. I mean, that's clear. You turn on any film and see it. But it's the things off of the field that I think even makes you like this guy even more. So I think he's definitely a big-time prospect, one of my favorite prospects over the last few years. When you see where he went, I think he's going to be somebody that goes in there and he's an alpha male. He's a dog. He's a leader. I was on the Jets with one of his coaches at South Carolina, and that coach told me that guy, Jaycee Horn, stepped into that locker room as a freshman and was the leader and took on that role. So that's the kind of player that the Panthers are drafting in. I liked him a lot, and I was telling people, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he went ahead of Surtain. And a lot of people thought I was crazy, but when teams and organizations come across guys that are like that have those type of mindsets, they're going to move that player up a little bit, and we saw that happen with Jaycee Horn.
Yeah, man, you mentioned his mentality. I think the biggest thing that I saw from him is he reminds me a lot of his dad. Joe Horn played with that same intensity, that same fire. He was in your face. It didn't matter who was in front of him. And I think JC is the exact same way. He brings that passion. He brings that fire. He brings, like you said, that dog mentality where it doesn't matter who he's lined up across. And in that division, he's got to face guys like DJ Moore, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. I think he's in a division where we're going to see that dog mentality come out a lot because those guys are established veterans in this league. So they're going to try to test him early as a rookie. And it's going to be up to him to really, make his claim, as one of those guys who it doesn't matter, who you are, what you've achieved. I'm bringing my lunch pill today. I'm going to work. As far as weaknesses, did you see anything? Maybe not a weakness but things that he can improve on, in his first year in the NFL?
I'd say, overall, you probably would like a little bit more, maybe foot quickness or twitchiness, or a little bit. But I thought he was fine with it. That's kind of to be expected when you have a guy that's, 6'1", 205 pounds, right? They're not going to be the quickest or twitchiest of guys. I think for him, it's just mastering how to play, with that, limitations, or whatnot. But for the most part, I think that was maybe the only thing that I saw that could possibly, hold him back. And it won't affect him against bigger receivers, maybe more so smaller guys with just better change of direction. They could potentially give him a tough time. But, when you look at the division that he's in and going up against guys like Michael Thomas, like you mentioned, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, those guys, I don't think those would be the guys that give him trouble from that standpoint. Maybe them just being veterans and having a little bit more craftiness that he has to, figure out. But as far as just being able to cover those guys, I don't think he'll have issues from a movement skill standpoint.